It is Friday night and it is steak night. Just showing my filet with green beans tonight. Slightly overcooked for my liking. Still more like a medium rare. I like to go for medium rare, but it'll do. Now to the wine. So Friday, just gonna cover the steak back up, and I went to a store the other day. So typically I go to certain liquor stores for certain wines they may have in stock, or the selections they may have they want to explore. This one store I went to called Laurenti, it has an amazing selection of Italian wine. And one of the categories, or one of the Italian wines I really like, is Montepulciano d'Abruzzo from the Abruzzo region, made from the Montepulciano grape. And a wine they had that I wanted to buy in bulk was Marina Svetic, Montepulciano d'Abruzzo, and it was like $20. For $20, it is hard to find a better wine. I went, the purveyor came over. He said they don't have any, they're struggling to get it. I was very disappointed. He recommended something else. I typically don't go with too many recommendations, but this owner of this store, plus the stock he had of Italian wines, old, and the variety just made me feel like I could trust his judgment. So he recommended this Montepulciano d'Abruzzo for $30. And it's Pedere Castorani, 2017, so a little bit of age, and it's Tre Bicchieri. So what the hell's a Bicchieri? So in Italy, they do a more simplified scoring called the Bicchieri, Tre Bicchieri. So 1, 2, or 3, and that's it. And it's got 3 in whatever year it was, which I can't even read right now. But it doesn't really matter what the rating or some of the other things are. It's how this wine will taste. There's a lot on this back label. I just want the alcohol, 14%. I'm going to read the back label, then come back. So the important facts of this wine that I just read the back label is organic grapes, organic farming, and this is concrete. So they age this in concrete, which really is just trying to keep, it doesn't leach anything. Oak's leaching something into it. Concrete's sort of becoming in vogue again, and you kind of keep a purity of fruit when you're aging in concrete. Aging on its lees for 12 months, but no oak aging, interestingly enough, on this one. I'm pretty sure the Marina Svetic I had some oak aging. Before that, as I was cooking the steak, I had an already open sake, so not something I typically talk about or drink a lot of, except when I'm having sushi. I think sake and sushi does pair really well. People often call it rice wine, but it's really not made like wine. It's not made at all like wine. It's actually brewed more like beer than it is wine. But good sake, as you can see, is drank cold and out of glass. Sakes that are warmed up are cheaper sake. So when you warm up a sake, you will hide the imperfections of that inexpensive sake. So when you want to get a $6, $7, $8 bottle and you heat it up, it'll be fine. And it's fun to drink, and it's cool to drink with sushi. But you want to get into the nicer sakes. And there's the Nigori, which is there's more of a sediment, like a milky style, a little bit sweeter. This is definitely more on the drier side, but this has like jasmine and some tropical notes. It has like this viscosity and like an oiliness on the palate. It's got a lot of texture to it. It almost feels a little bit heavy. I've never had thick water, but if I did, I would suspect it has that's probably way thicker than this, but I guess that's what I would think of in my mind. So, a little bit of sake as I was cooking dinner because I had the bottle open anyway. So let's see what this thing. It's $30, not $20. So it means that this has to be pretty darn good. Does it smell like the Marina Svetic? I don't know. I haven't had the Marina Svetic in a really, really long time. It smells good though. Has like a sweet basil. Most definitely dark, like a blackberry. Cassis. There's something else. God, there's something in there. That's like almost like dried fig. This aroma is really great, actually. Actually, a really great aroma. Actually, smells very, very concentrated, like it's going to be a big, fuller bodied wine. Montepulciano's can be and typically are more fuller bodied wines, which is also why I do like them. There's another aroma that is eluding me right this moment, but it'll come to me. All right, this is really good. So the tannin is absolutely there. Even with 7 years, this has got tannin. Full-bodied. Everything on the nose is on the palate for sure. This wine's great. This one's really good. I would definitely buy more of this. Not case, but I'd like to have more of this. For 30 bucks, the purveyor of the store was absolutely right. This thing is great. Really great. It says Casaria Reserva. I don't know that Reserva means anything on Montepulciano. I don't know. It could be. Reserva in certain places have official rules. Some, like in Argentina, it's just nothing. It means nothing. It's just a word on a label that's for marketing. It's a vanilla. There's a very pronounced vanilla. When I was a kid, I used to what was it used for? I think around, unfortunately, when people passed, they would give out, I felt like, candy coated almonds, and there was a white coating, and I'm pretty sure it tastes like vanilla. I don't know why they gave it out, and I'm not even sure if I'm 100% accurate on that, but it kind of reminds me a little of that aroma, where it's not just vanilla, but a little bit of a nuttiness with the vanilla. I mean, not fake, but actual vanilla. Which is odd, because vanilla typically comes from the oak. So where am I getting vanilla from? Just could be a little bit of leaching from this sake. Not that the sake tastes like vanilla or has vanilla, but who knows? It's dry. I say this because Montepulciano Abruzos tend to be drier reds than, let's say, a Napa Cab, which can be perceived not bone dry. And even some have some residual sugar. They just vinify them dry, but it just happens because the grapes are so ripe. This is amazing. Really like this wine. 30 bucks. Definitely gonna buy more. Only that store will have it. I've never seen this. There's normally not a great selection of Montepulciano d'Abruzzo except the stick wine, they call it. Mass produced, Montepulciano. It's marketing, put the stick on it. I would recommend trying others. This is a brand called Illuminati that's got a $15 version that I think it's called Illico. Illuminati Illico, I think, is the name of the wine. Can't really find it that often, but if I do, it's a great $15 wine. Really good. And then they progress up to their Pialuni, which I have in my fridge, and I think it's like 60, 65, and it's probably the best Montepulciano I've ever had. The one that gets rated the highest, or one of the most prestigious, is Emilio Pepe, but I think it's like a couple $100 now. So I've never had that. Nor is it on really my wish list. I'm very content with the ones I've had. That Pialuni is fantastic. It's actually even bigger, darker, a little more alcoholic, but it's a really, really great wine paired with the right foods or the right cheeses. Interesting, no oak. This is fantastic, though. As you can see, the purple tree is back, which means Halloween is over. We did have a very successful day, defining success, meaning 450 children got candy bars here, and we probably scared hundreds of people and children with some of the jump scare animatronics, as well as probably made about 50 kids cry that wouldn't even come up the driveway. We tend to have a scary theme more than a happy Halloween theme, but successful night all the same. And I'm a bit tired, so I will be enjoying my steak and the wine tonight as I slowly break down all the decorations over the next week, but I do bring this purple tree that I put on the front lawn out in the back, out in the downstairs. So it's something that just stays down here, which I think has some nice ambiance to when I have people over, or when I just do a quick video about the wine I am drinking and the meal I am having. So, have a good night, and that's it.